Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्. So with the Agama Prakarana, actually the Upanishad is over. Then why he is extending it to trouble us? Is it not? Here, Gaudapada is taking the second prakarana to prove by yukti that there is that prapanchopashamam is said in the Upanishad. What is that he wants to? Prapancha upashamam. Vaidadhyam of the world is proved in this second chapter. Illusoriness of the dualistic world is established in Vaidadhya Prakaranam by yukti, by logic. Not merely he is saying the world is not real, but he is giving the reasons to think so, and that is why Gaudapada establishes everything that he says in the Agama Prakaranam by yukti, by shruti. Because whenever they are in doubt, they refer to the shruti, shabda pramana, and say that shruti has said like that. And one shruti is like the Supreme Court. After that, there is no say. So, shabda pramana we call it in the Vedanta. Vedanta has 6 pramanas, means of knowledge. Pramana means means of knowledge. Pratyaksha, anumana, upamana, arthavati, anubalabdhi, shabda. Shabda pramana. Like that 6 pramanas are 6, means of knowledge. So, making use of all those pramanas, here he is establishing the illusoriness of the world. The world is not real, we have said. But why? What is your pramana? Whenever in Vedanta, if you say, make a statement, the opponent will ask, what is your pramana? From where you are quoting? That it has to be a vishaya for pramanas to establish. You cannot just say anything that comes to your mind. Is it clear? Suppose I say I am not the body, then I have to give pramana. You understand? You are not going to accept it just because I say so. And what is the pramanam? Drishyatvat, anityatvat, madhiyatvat. There are so many pramanas that it is drishyam, yad drishyam tajjadam. So the body is not real because I am seeing it. One reason. Second reason is anityatvad. It's not always a satyavastu should be there all 3 periods of time. Body is not. Even when you are sleeping, for you the body does not exist. Is that clear? That the way of thinking is like that. So it is not real. Then, if it is real, then why am I saying my body? My means? Huh? Body is different from me. I hope you have no doubt about it. My cow is not me. My book is not me. Even my child is not me. My madiyatvat belongs to me. Is it not? So, for all these reasons, body is not there. It is very illusion. I mean, I am just giving you an example for that. Like that, with using the yukti, Gaudapada is going to negate this world which we are living in here, and it is called Vaidadhya Prakaranam. Dream is the best example that he takes. First, he analyzes the dream example to prove the illusory nature of all duality. Is discussing the illusory nature of the pluralistic world of phenomena, and in describing the sequence and literary connection between this chapter and the previous one, Sri Shankara says, though it is declared in the first chapter that there is no duality, yet it is merely through the expression of the scripture. Agama Pramanam it was. In the last chapter we have discussed this with reference to Shruti, Shrutya, because the Upanishad said like this, or that Upanishad said like this. By Shruti we have proved. Now he has to prove it by Yukti. Yukti, logic. Merely through the expression of the scripture. The second chapter is written to support the same illusoriness by reason and logic. So this Prakarana tries to establish through reasoning the illusory nature of all dualistic perceptions. Is to compare the waking state world of experiences with the dream state experiences and come to a logical conclusion that there is in fact no distinction between these two states. So the bulk of this chapter goes to prove that just as in the dream state everything is mithya, the waking state also is mithya. You understand what is the quantum of the whole chapter? Is that tatha yatha swapne tatha jagradi. Even our waking world is only a illusion. Swapna world is an illusion, no doubt for you. Because you wake up. After the swapna, you wake up. So swapna world is illusion, nobody can deny. But that the Jagrat world is equally illusory, we have to prove. And that is exactly what he is, that the dream state is a false and delusory experience. We are told that the waking state is also false and delusory. We are not going to give in so easily. Give your pramanas, give your reasonings for that. And he said, to us, life means the waking state experiences only. Hence, we are not ready to accept that waking state is not real. Do you accept? Dream state? Dream state is real or not? Not real. Mrisha? No, not real. Same unreality are you able to give to the waking state? No. So here Gaudapada is telling you why the Jagrat state is also illusory. And he is not, if you say, why he is telling all this, we cannot take it. I am one who is for truth. Whatever is the truth, I will tell. Whether you like it or not is your problem. That is the job of a philosopher. He has to tell the truth. Is it not? So I am telling you the truth, he says. And that this knowledge, why the world is illusory, he says in this Vaidadhya Prakaranam. Vaidadhyam means Tadhyam is the noun form of Tadha. Actually, Tadhyam means the noun form of Tadha. Tadha. It is like that. Tadhastu. We say, let it be like that. Like that. Now, Viparitam of Tadhyam is Vaidadhyam. In other words, negate, opposite of Tadhyam, opposite of the truth. It is not real, it is unreal. Like that is, and Vaidadhyam is Swapna Prapancha, and he takes the usual logical approach to prove this. There is a Paksha Sadhyam Hedu Drishtanda, Nyaya philosophy. Paksha Hedu Sadhyam, Paksha Sadhyam Hedu Drishtanda. What is that Paksha? You have learned little Nyaya, so you must be knowing that Parvado Vanyiman, Dhumat, is it not? Dhumat Parvado Vanyiman. Now, Parvata is the Paksha. Vanyiman is the Sadhyam, that it is proved that Parvata has got fire in it. How do you? Hedu is there. Hedu is smoke. Smoke is the Hedu. Because I am seeing the smoke, I come to the conclusion that there is fire in the mountain. Sadhyam is that. So, Paksha, Sadhyam, Hedu. Now this Swapna Prapancha is Paksha. We are taking up that type way of logic. Swapna Prapancham is the Paksha. Sadhyam is what we are going to prove. It is Mithya. The Swapna Prapancham is Mithya, which we doesn't need any proof. We know it is Mithya only. Sadhyam, Hedu. How do you know that Swapna Prapancha is not there? Is not real? When you wake up. When you wake up, what do you know? How do you know?
It's not seen. It is not seen.
What is not seen?
The objects perceived in the dream.
Whatever things I have seen in the dream are not available to see.
For my perception.
It's not available. You are not seeing the dream.
Once you wake up.
Once you wake
The
up,
reality of the dream, when we wake up, is not available.
Now I give you Drishtandam, then only you'll know. I am seeing what? An elephant in the dream. Sometimes we see, you know. Now, where are you seeing? In my mind. Can in your mind, Samvrudatvad, because it is such a small place, how can you see an elephant? Samvrudatvad. Samvrudatvad means there is not enough space inside me to accommodate an elephant. Logic is always like this, funny only.
But while awake also, one can do kalpana that such a thing happens.
So it is kalpana. That is all the, what we are trying to prove is only that. It's a kalpana only. You understand? It is not real. A real elephant cannot enter into you. Uchita Desha Kala is not there in dream. And the Kala is also not there. Why? Because every dream is only one point some minute. In that time, so many things happen. It's not enough time. There is no enough time. There is not enough place for that dream to take place. Uchita Desha Kalam is not there. Hence it is not real. It's Mrisha. So here he says, Mithyatvam is the sadhyam, hedu is Uchita desha kala abhava. Uchita desham. The required space is not there. The required time is there, not there for a dream to take place. So, and the drishtanta is like we say, Dhumat, Parvadam Vanyiman, like what? Mahanasavad, like the fire in the kitchen. There is smoke. Mahanasa means the kitchen. In the kitchen there is fire and then there is smoke. So wherever there is smoke, there should be fire. You understand? This is called the usual logic, anumanam, inference. This is usual logic. Here, the logically we cannot prove. We have to prove that the Swapna world is not real. Now he is going to prove the whole Vaidadhyam of the entire dualistic world. First he is taking dream because it is easier for you to understand. Is it clear? He takes dream because dream we accept very quickly. By negating the existence of the dream world, Gaudapada will finally negate the waking world. First he will negate the dream world. Then he will negate the waking world. Because he will show you the samanyam, lakshanas of both the waking world and the dream world. This is the method that is adopted. In this prakarana, only logic is used to prove the world is not real. Not merely telling, not quoting the scripture. So Shrutya is over in the Agama prakarana. Shruti has told us. But now with the Mananam, it is Mananam now. First you hear and you accept. But Mananam has to follow. That Mananam alone can give you doubtless knowledge. So here he says, let us take the first verse. Vitataha is adjective, false. Vaidadhyam, falsehood. Vaidadhyam means falsehood of the world. Not as you see, but not what you see, but what is the important thing, that reality has to be in a negation of apparent reality is the content of this prakarana. Vaidadhyam sarva bhavanam swapna ahur manishinaha andasthanatu bhavanam samvridatvena hedunam. So, now opening this chapter and giving his great thesis, the waking state world is as unreal and delusory as the dream world, is telling Vaidadhyam, the wise declare Vaidadhyam Swapna aho sarva bhavanam. The unreality of the dream or the illusoriness of the dream is said by the Manishinaha, by the wise people. Andasthanatu bhavanam samvrdatvena heduna. Why do you say it is unreal? The dream world is unreal. He says, they all is within the body. The dream is happening within the body. Is it not? Where does it happen? I go to you all. Where do you see? In the mind. Andasthanatu. It is happening in the mind. Now in this, located within the body, samvrdatva, andasthanatu bhavanam, and samvrdatvena heduna, and also because of their being in a confined space. Samvrdam. Samvriti is a word from Buddhist literature. Samvriti means confined space, a limited space. In other words, ujita desha abhavat. There is not enough space for the dream to take place. If you analyze the dream, how can you dream within? First of all, there is so little space. And there is no time also. A dream is not a long experience, but a very short period of time. So both these are not there, introducing of non-distinctions between the waking state and dream state. Gaudapada follows the tradition of Hindu philosophers and puts his entire theory into the mouth of the ancient wise people. If the size is bigger than the enclosure, it has to be false. Suppose there is one room, small room. In that I dreamt a elephant. Then what do you know? Cannot be. In that space, no elephant can stand or do anything at all. Is it not? The space is not sufficient. Or even the time is not sufficient. In a dream, you see so many funny things. That I got married. Now I am a bachelor. I have not got married. In the dream. And then I had children. And these children became a eyesore to the father. He started troubling the father. And then, which is all happening in the world nowadays. And they were every time they will ready to beat the father. See, no, all this is not possible at all. What was the time when I went to sleep? And what is the time now when I fell down from the cot and woke up? What a dream. How can it happen? In 1 minute and 1.5 minutes. All this, I could get married. 9 months at least must go, for a child to be born. Or no? Where is the space? Ujita deshakala abhavam. And so many funny things happen in the dream, which all take time. And the time in our waking time is not sufficient for that dream to take place. That space is not sufficient because andasthanatu. It is within you. Oh, he says, ujita deshakala bhava is there samvrdatvena heduna. For that reason, you cannot. This is a personal. That doesn't matter. If experience of one is acceptable, the experience of the other must also be equally acceptable. The reason why we prefer one over the other should be clearly understood. Thus, even in the scriptures, we often don't find the masters advising their disciple that is what I was taught by my master who told me. So, Gaudapada says here, this is not my opinion, it is from, I have known this from wise people, Manishan. If you don't say Manishana, then we don't accept. Hey, don't tell us cock and bull stories. Rishibhi Bhuda Gidam in the Gita. Rishis have said this. Even Krishna has to quote the Rishis to prove the validity of what he is saying. He cannot say, I am saying. If you are saying, you sit and say that we are not listening. You understand? That nowadays, it is my opinion. So what is there? What is your opinion counting to anybody? Maybe your opinion. But it is not our opinion or our understanding. So here he says, this is said by the wise people of yore through hierarchy of the teachers and the taught. Confirming to this tradition, here Gaudapada says in the opening mantra that the wise men of old declared that the dream world of objects is unreal. For what reason? First of all, the dream is inside, that not enough space. First of all, you are seeing the dream in a time which is not enough. And desha and kala, time and space, is not sufficient for the dream to take place. Hence, it is not real. It is only an imaginary kalpana of the mind. Okay. Is that the wise men of old had said this, without its own reasons, andasthanatto, being located within. One of the reasons why the thinkers of old declared the dream to be unreal is because the objects cognized are perceived within the body. So it cannot be real. Now the same arguments he is going to say for the waking world also. Individual has closed his eyes and he is no more conscious of either the waking state world or objects or even of his body. At such a state of awareness comes up the dream phantom with its objects. Naturally, they must all be seen within the body, within a human structure. We all know that there is no space. For vehicles, Rathadi, in the Bhashya it says, there is no place for Ratha and aeroplane and all inside the body. Kalpana, it is only Kalpana. No space for vehicles or buildings or mountains or rivers or the animals that constitute the dream in majority of cases. In the dream you see also mountains. I went to the Himalayas. When? In the dream. Is it possible? Can we accommodate Himalayas inside? But because it is happening every time to us, we have taken it in our stride. We never question all this. You understand what's the difference between a philosopher and an ordinary fellow? He never questions anything. But philosopher questions everything. So he says, andasthanatu. In fact, there is no space at all within to accommodate even as much as a hair. Gurudev writes here. Now, inside you, there is not even enough space for a hair to go in. And what all you put inside? Elephant, horse, ratham. In the dream. So the dream is not real as a hair, let alone the greater objects with a vaster and greater dimensions. And samvrudatva, on account of being in a confined space, the other reason based upon which we declare that the dream world is unreal is given here. With the structure of a human bosom, there is no accommodation for the objects that we see in the dream. Naturally, those objects cannot be there, although we are experiencing as though to be there and to be real. For the dreamer, the dream world is real. Is it not? If you can enter into somebody's dream, you will know that the dream world is as real to the dreamer as the waking world is for the waker. The waker's world is real to us and the dreamer's world is real to the dreamer. There is no difference at all. And that is what one of the reasons we say is that the waking world is not different from the dream world. If you can understand that the dream world is unreal, then you can also understand the waking world also is unreal. Then do you think the opposition party will keep quiet? The Purvapakshis will bring about lot of arguments about this. The waking state is also unreal. If you are giving these arguments for the dream state, they are holding good even for the waking state. That is what he says. Tatha, he says afterwards. In the same way. In the same way. Vaidadhya. Anyway, I am putting out some thoughts. You think over it. We will think over it again and again. No, you know when you are dreaming in yourself. You are not dreaming in the outer world. You are dreaming within Yourself, Andasthanam. And in that Andasthanam, in this inner me, in the body, there is hardly any space. That is all he said. He has not yet proved everything. After the arguments are over only we can question. Okay. Samvrdatena means dingy space. You know, which is constricted space. It's a constricted space. What we say in the Vedantic literature is Ujita Deshakala Abhavam. The required space and the required time is not there in the dream. On account of being in a confined space. The other reason based upon which we declare that the dream world is unreal is with the structure of a human bosom, there is no accommodation for the objects. It is only andasthanatho. Why are you seeing it inside? Everything is usually in the waking world, you see everything in the outer world. But in the dream, you see it in the inside. It is only the sthana dharmam is being explained, and whether that place is enough for dreaming is what they are trying to say. Two different aspects of the same thing, let us say.
Inside the body,
Ah.
the place is small.
Small.
That may be good.
That is the thing, samvrdam. So you cannot see all this, you cannot have a big palace inside your... But he says mind can hold anything. Mind is a very subtle thing, definitely. Mind can do kalpana. But that is kalpana. It's not real. Whatever you are imagining by the mind is only kalpayadi. It is not a real thing at all. Whatever I imagine, now I am, in America. If I am imagining, that is only the capacity of the mind to do kalpana. Indrajalavat. It is said there, Indrajalavat. The discussion is why the dream world is unreal. The dream world is unreal because it is asambhavyam. Is it? It is not, sambhavam it is not possible. The possibility is not there. That is why. It cannot happen within you, and so it is not within me. And it is not in that limited space. It is in a wider space. That means it is kalpana, not real. This is all we have to prove. We must not go out of the, when you are logically trying to prove something, you must not go beyond the logic. You understand? That is what he says here on account in the Dakshinamurti Stotra also. We say, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijandargadam Pashyadi Mayaya. Is it not? How do you see it within Mayaya? Kalpana and reality, you make a difference. Kalpana is an imaginary something. Reality is not an imaginary thing, but it is real. At least relatively real, let us say. Even then it is there. But a dream is totally impossible. You will see not only what you see, the place and the object which will fit into there in the Bhashya, Radhadinam, etc. That we will read the Bhashya also to make it very clear. And all these cannot be within you. And why are you seeing it within you? Due to Maya. Nidra. Two reasons are given in the Dakshinamurti Stotra. Maya as well as Nidra. So here he says, naturally, that is different. But Maya, Mayaya, Nidreya in the first verse. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyan Nijandargadam Pashyan Mayaya. Pashyan Mayaya. That is. So why not? You can see anybody. One can see anybody. Because you are,
What angle you see yourself.
aha,
Yes, where this is the first dimension.
the same waker has become the dreamer. The same waker only is the dreamer in the dream world. Is it not? He alone is the dreamer. The waking world, the waking mind is creating the dream. See, for us, dream will always remain a very intriguing phenomena. That waking mind has projected the dream. Along with the dreamer, dream world, dreaming, everything is you yourself, the waker. So it is a kalpida logam. Maya kalpida. Desha kala kalana, desha kala, all kalpana by Maya. Vaijitra chitri kritam bijasyandari vanguro jagadidam pragnirvikalpam punaha Maya kalpida desha kala kalana Vaijitra chitri kritam in the Dakshinamurti Stotra. So Maya is creating time, creating space, creating kalpana. Kalpana means imagination. See, what they are trying to prove is that because of Maya, whatever is created has to be unreal. We are only make it, center it around the argument. Whatever is done by Maya has no reality. Whatever is kalpidam. Kalpidam is different from the true, the real.
Maya itself is not something which is not real. It is not there.
That is afterwards. When you don't want Maya, you can throw it out. But now for arguments, we need it. So we say. I am not saying anything, I am only telling you what Gaudapada has said. And in the Bhashya, let me see what Bhashya says.
All types of these questions will be coming and they will answer. Only we have to wait.
Wait what? Bhashyakara, now, on see here, I will read from the Bhashya. Shankara Bhashya says, it was stated that when true knowledge arises, duality ceases to exist. I hope you have no objection for that. You seem to be greater Purva Bakshis than what Shankara had to. There are greater Purva Bakshis here. So, duality ceases to exist. This was on the basis of Shruti texts like it is verily only one without a second, etc. How do we come to that? On the Shruti text says it's only one without a second, etc. about the Atman. Now, but this conclusion is based only on the authority of Shruti. Here it is equally possible to establish the unreality of duality through the process of pure reasoning, and it is for this purpose that this second chapter is begun. With the Kariga, Vaidadhyam means being unreal, false, falsehood. Whose unreality is the question. Of all the entities and objects perceived in a dream, either externally or internally. Now see, he has already taken Jagrad world also with him, internally or externally. So, perceived in the dream either externally or internally, this is so stated by the wise who are expert in employing pramanas to establish correct knowledge. The reason for this unreality is stated on account of their being located within. Their location is within the body. Entities like mountains, elephants, etc. are found there in dream and not outside the body. If it is seen outside the body, it's difficult to establish. But when it is seen inside the body, you know it is not a real thing. It's only an imagination. And I am seeing a mind is, imagine in that, what do you call, Swapna Rajyam. You are sitting, you can see anything. Because mind can as he rightly points out, mind is very, very subtle and can include the whole universe. So he says, yeah, being within is now there. I told you that Purvapakshi will be there and he is there. So he says their location is within the body. Entities like mountains, elephants, etc. are found there in dream and not outside the body. They therefore deserve to be called unreal. So if I am seeing it outside, it's okay. Why? I can see an elephant now outside. Or a mountain. We are seeing every day. If it is outside, we have no objection. But we are seeing it always. Dream is seen always inside. There is no outside at all in the dream. We don't see anything in the outside. We see everything in the inside. And hence he says, but the objector says, this reason of being within is not valid. That's why I said you are all Purvapakshis. Not valid. A pot and other objects covered by and within a cloth are also samvrita, located within, and yet they are real. Suppose the Purvapakshi is very clever. Purvapakshi is Shankara himself. That is why his questions are very clever. So he says, suppose you keep a pot or any other thing in a cloth and tied it. Samvrita. Samvriti means confined space. But they are real. They are not, you cannot call it unreal. Just because they are within, you can't call it unreal. He says, covered by and within a cloth are also samvrita, located within, and yet they are real. Reply, those entities in dream are located within the body. There is no possibility of mountains and elephants within the body. That's what I said, there is no possibility. Sambhavyam it is not. Within the nadis of the body, no mountain exists in the body. It is believed that dreams are perceived in the nadis within the body, the nadi being either hita or purta, hita purta. That is some yoga word. Where are you seeing that? Dream, they asked, and the yogic people have brought out the idea. That's all in the nadis. How small is the nadi? Nadi you cannot see yourself. Not available for the perception. Okay. So he says, Bhashyakarya established the connection between the first and the second chapter. One Shruti text is cited when true knowledge arises, etc. The other Shruti text is where there is, as it were, duality, etc. The unreality of duality was established in the first chapter predominantly on the authority of Shruti. This chapter is intended to show that it is possible to establish it predominantly on the basis of pure reasoning. Reasoning leads to pramana, means of knowledge, for arriving at correct knowledge, and thus there is scope for thinking based on reasoning. This explains why the second chapter follows the first chapter. In dream, external objects are pots, etc. Internal things are happiness, etc. What is sukshma? Emotions, thoughts, etc. That is internal. And external is objects. In the workaday world in which we are. Okay. The objection is replied to by saying that dream objects are perceived in such enclosed space that they cannot be real. There is no proper space for them to really exist there. Gaudapada wants to establish the unreality of Jagrad also further on, and the ultimate truth is stated by him in Kariga 32. There is no destruction or birth, no bondage or liberation, etc. So, but it did not give us any more what we already know. So as I hope as we go on, it will become clearer. Now they have started put a question in your mind. Now we have to find out the answer for this. Why do you say that Ujita Kala Desha is not there in dream, and hence the dream cannot be? You understand that? And here in the next verse he says, Adhir Khatva Chakalasya Gatva Deshanna Pashyadi Pradibuddhascha Vai Sarva Tasmin Deshena Vidyade. What happens in dream, he again explains. The dreamer does not actually go to many places. Is it not? He went to Manasarovar. Where? In the dream. He went and he had his parikrama and he had his bath and what not. He had seen the Manasarovar in the dream. So, Adhirkatvacha Kalasya. But I went to sleep only in the evening at 9 o'clock. Then when did I see Manasarovar? At 10 o'clock. In the dream. How is 1 hour sufficient to go to Manasarovar from here? Adhirkam. The time is not long enough. Dirgham means long. The time is not. The dreamer does not actually go to these places perceived in dream because the time is too short. Time is not enough. And moreover, when he wakes up, he is not found at the place where he had found himself in the dream. And when he wakes up, he is not in Nepal or anywhere. Where is he? In his own bed. So he has not gone. At least this you accept, I hope. We are not gone anywhere. We are in the... Where did you see the dream? In my own room, in my own bed. I have not gone anywhere. You wake up and you see you are yourself. You are at the same place. There is no... But in the dream you saw you are in a very different place. You have seen the dream that you have gone to some other place. Or you went to America or Russia or wherever. And when you open the eyes, you are not in Russia, you are not in America, you are not in Manasarovar, you are in your own bed. That means what? I have not gone. At least that much is sure, I hope. I have not gone anywhere. Dream is only unreal. How to prove all this to people who do not want to believe? And moreover, when he wakes up, he is not found at the place where he had found himself in the dream. Shankara says, the statement that objects perceived in dream are located in an enclosed space is not correct. Objection says, for one who had slept in the east sees the dream as it were he was in the north. So, all types of Vaidadhyam is there. Vaidadhyam is there. What do you do? Shankara replies, no, the dreamer does not go out of his body in the dream. He does not go out of his body to another region and see the dream. For in his sleeping condition only he, as it were, experiences the dream at a place which is hundreds of yojanas away from his body and which can be reached only after a month. So where is he seeing the dream? In his body only. He has not gone anywhere. He is seeing the dream within himself. And the dreamer has no such long time available for going and coming back from that place. Therefore, on account of the shortage of time, the dreamer does not actually go to another place. So it is only a kalpana, has not gone. The way they look at me, I feel, have you understood this? Because you wake up in the same place and the time you have taken is so short, it cannot be possible. There is no dream is unreal. It's an unreal dream, not possible. Now, how the dream takes place, they are not saying here. They have not said so far.
Dream is unreal.
Dream is unreal.
So is it
Whether that image is in your that is kalpana only. Is what, see, please understand, what we are trying to prove is dream is not real. How it happened, we are not asked. What you have given me is the waking experiences are all stored in your mind, and that's why you are seeing that. We did not ask why you saw that particular dream. What we are asking is whether the dream is real or unreal. Dream experiences, are they real? Or is it at least as real as the waking experiences that we have? This is the question. And Acharya says here, therefore, on account of the shortage of time, the dreamer does not actually go to another place. Moreover, all dreamers, when they wake up, are not found at the place they have experienced the dream. So many discrepancies are there in the dream. If the dreamer had actually gone to another place, experienced in dream, he should wake up at that place only. Then why didn't he wake up in that place where he saw the dream? No, he is waking up in his own bed. So that is where he saw the dream. At least you must give that much. Jnanendriyas are all asleep now. But that is a very big question. Who is seeing the dream? That is another question. We will come to it sometime. But you see, the point is, the waker eye who had experienced the waking experiences is the same waker eye becomes the dreamer eyes and dreams. And how they are able to dream or even to see is only because of the presence of consciousness. So who is seeing? I, the waker, become I, the dreamer, and experience. And I withdraw everything into myself and becomes prajnana khanam and sleep. These three states are very common to us, but we don't know anything about it. That is the only problem. Okay, now if the dreamer, one who had slept at night, experiences dream objects as if they are in the day, that also happens. You never know that it is night time. He finds himself in the company of many, but there may not be anybody. He is alone in his bed, let us say. If they are if all this is actual, he should have been seen by those in whose company he was in the dream. Where are all those people who were with me in the dream gone? So many impossibilities are there, but he is not so seen by them. If he had been actually seen by them, they would say, we have met you there. Suppose tomorrow you meet your friends. Didn't we meet there yesterday? Where? Manasarovar. Are you gone? Are you gone out of your senses? Those are the experiences which you have stored up in your what do you call that? Mind, subtle mind. In the mind, you have stored up your memories. and they come out during dream. During, even when you are, this coming out is really, even during meditation. That is why meditation is a very good cleanser of your mind. The what mind? Subconscious mind it is. What is bringing out the dream? The subconscious mind. You understand that? It is very good. That is why you will see one wonderful thing, that as you go on meditating, meditation is not for attaining the truth or any such thing. Meditation is for cleaning the mind. And this subconscious mind becomes thinner and thinner. This happens to all of us. That is why you see, after 1 month of continuous meditation, you find it very easy to get into meditative poise. Why? Because the subconscious mind is light. And not only in meditation, but also in sleep. It comes out as dreams. The man who has emptied his mind hardly sees dreams. Gurudev says it in one of the books which he had written, Vedanta through letters, in which he says they hardly have dreams because there are no thoughts. Everything has emptied.
But dream is purgation of vasanas.
Then that's what we are talking about, sir. The same only I am telling. You know, that is subconscious mind has got even previous life's experiences. You never know.
See, it is only the physical eye is blind. Antakarana eye, the eye behind the eye is not blind.
No, not like that, because if you have lived many lives, there will be many experiences. Okay, so then actually, but this is not so. The dreamer therefore does not actually go to another region or dream. And what about the dreamer? We will see in the next class. Okay. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om